What does it really mean to be a man, particularly in the social context of Trinidad and Tobago? It's a question that was posed to a crowd of mostly men and boys gathered at the UTT campus in Valsayn on Thursday during a conference hosted by the Office of the Prime Minister in honor of International Men's Day. Their Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Lovell Francis, highlighted the need for there to be more dialogue about men and masculinity. Janine Browne reports.
The role of men has well evolved over the past century. This from Minister in the Ministry of Education, Dr. Lovell Francis, who says for Trinidad and Tobago, the template for masculinity no longer matches the reality of today. He referenced some archaic principles which he said for some reason are still upheld in this society.
What it meant to be a man, you were conditioned to be the head of the home, the man in charge, the owner of the bread. You were the boss. You run things. Things didn't run you. And then the world changed.
He said as the world advances, so must gender roles. The minister referenced the empowerment of women as an example of such advancement, which he believes men should not interpret as a threat.
That this is not a zero-sum game. It is not that women advancing themselves somehow undermines men, somehow deprivileges men. No, that the emancipation of women has benefited men as much as it has benefited women.
Dr. Francis said more dialogue needs to be generated for men and boys to know and understand themselves. He believes young men in particular will benefit from such a move. Janine Browne, C News.
Fatherhood is one of the most important roles in any man's life, and men are being challenged to honor the responsibility that comes with being a parent. The charge comes from social activist Kevin Liverpool, who says several people have attempted to dismiss the role of the father in the home as being less important than that of mothers. But he insists both are equally important to forging a healthy home. Mr. Liverpool was speaking at a men's forum hosted by the Office of the Prime Minister ahead of International Men's Day on November 19th. He urged fathers to actively seek out a connection with their child.
Fathers have that responsibility to maintain and to nurture the family system. It's because the child is going to grow up in this family system. Boys will learn how to treat women, and girls will learn how men ought to treat them when they look at the way that their father is treating their mother.